do you think, okay, so this is all hypothetical, all right? So do you think if you were single now, how would you approach dating? Would you be on apps?
I'm sure you've thought the same thing. I have no idea. I feel like I was like, are you familiar with Dunkirk?
It's just a beach thing, right? Or like an attack on the beach.
So like the British Expeditionary Forces were in Europe in World War II, mainland Europe, and then the Third Reich pushed them back basically to the English Channel, and they were like, "We got you," and then like a bunch of like civilian boats came over and saved as many of the soldiers as they could. It was like a miracle, right? That's like Kate and myself. I feel like we both got out right before the apps like took over, and everybody now seems to like evaluate someone as their entire personality in like 2 seconds and then go, nope, nope, yep, nope, nope, no. Like, I'm not saying it was easy back then, but it seems like more quaint. So I don't even want to imagine what the nightmare of like dating as a young person would be now, and then like add on like, you know, approaching middle age on top of that. I feel like my the package that I present to potential mates, it would be contrary to my interest to have it all be like one photo that's immediately evaluated and chucked in the trash on the app.
What do you mean?
I feel like I have to like, you know, worm my way under your skin a little bit. You gotta probably, most people when they see me, they're not like, oh, that's like my dream person right there. But then after you talk to me for a while, I lay like some rhetorical traps, and then like, oh, you stepped on it and now you're poisoned. You can't get out of it, right? Like I kind of tricked you into like, I cast a veil of mystery over my visage, and then like I win over your mind and trick you into thinking that I have hair, essentially.
Well, is that how you say to work with me? Because when I first met you, I said, hey, thanks for making that YouTube video on how to make YouTube videos. And you told me, thanks for the 5 cents, buddy. The first thing you ever said to me. Is that the kind of trap you're saying? Because I don't know if you know how that would work in the modern dating
That's male
world.
bonding, I think.
So
you know, male bonding.
So you would not be on apps now?
Well, I think like you have to be, right? I guess you could wait for like your coworker to be like, hey, I know somebody.
Who would that be? Apollo's gonna tell you, hey, I know someone in Texas. Come on down.
Well, this is in the other world where I'm doing something else that's not streaming or for some reason being a computer programmer.
You know what, chat? If you're single right now, you're on the apps. I feel for you, but here's my word of advice: never go on a first date for coffee. Just don't do it.
I know people, they got really strong opinions on first dates. What's wrong with the coffee date first?
It's literally coffee date is you're walking into the friend zone. You go to coffee dates to meet your great aunt and to go on a job interview, not to my man.
But like, okay, maybe this is like not fair. I'm like, why is the onus on you to come up with like, oh, every single first date has to be like, oh, we're going on a 0G low Earth orbit space flight. Like, there's coffee shops everywhere, bro. Everybody's busy. We got stuff to do.
It doesn't have to be. It just you can literally go anywhere on a first date except to get coffee. Well, anywhere.
Because you know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say, what about a movie?
That's fine.
Oh, okay. Because people, they got strong opinions about movies. They're like, you don't get to talk. There's nothing you could do. And I'm like, yeah, but at least if the date sucked, you fucking saw a movie. You could be like, check out. Look, at least I saw Dune 2. Yeah, maybe we don't have a future, but I saw Dune 2.
Movie is the best because you have very little to go off of, which is good. So like, you, instead of giving them 3 hours of your time, you give them 7 minutes, and you're like, you know, within those 7 minutes, we're like, okay, that was a good 7 minutes spent. Let's do it again. Or, hey, I don't ever want to see this person again, and you don't have to talk to them.
Plus, you could learn a little bit about how they behave in public, and thus how they view other people.
Yes.
Are they talking through the movie? Are they on their phone during the movie? I mean, like, I feel like that might be important these days.
Also, there's a lot of time to think, and most importantly, like, hand placement. You know, like,
oh yeah, yeah. Are you gonna on the first date? Are you gonna really try to like do the shoulder touch, yawn into the shoulder touch? Is that what you're thinking?
If you got the hand on the armrest,
yeah,
and like the date has the hand on the armrest and the pinkies are touching and the other person doesn't move, that's like a little bit of early communication that it's going well.
I hear you. It's 9th grade coded. Yeah.
But it's ninth grade coded, but it's also true. The brain wants what the brain wants. Because here's my thing. If you were doing that and you're on a date and you got the pinky on pinky and you don't like the person, what are you doing with your hand?
Yeah.
You're moving it.
Or maybe maybe she's like, I'm in the middle seat, so I'm supposed to get both armrests. So he's like, she's fighting you for the armrest, and you're not picking up on the social cue.
Out of respect for our current wives, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What was your first date you ever went on in your life?
It's crazy to say. I can't really recall. Because I did what many people think is impossible. With my first serious girlfriend, I went from friend zone to dating zone. So I'm like, when do you count the first date on that one? Do you, like, we were hanging out as friends, doing the things that you would do on a date, minus some of the obvious stuff. And then when we started dating, it was kind of just like the same thing with dessert.
Out of respect for Kate, how did things go from friend? How did you get out of the friend zone? Did she pull you out of the friend zone, or did you jump out of the friend zone?
No, it was horrible. This was like the girl I had a crush on like all throughout high school, but just never told her. And I was like, maybe one day she'll just realize and she'll be like, I got a crush on you too.
Okay.
And then like, so after graduation, I was like, well, that's that dream dead then. And because she went to a different school and I went to a different school. Then we kept talking, and like in her first year, she's like, this school's not working out. I'm gonna drop out and come back to our hometown and like work for a year while I figure out what I want to do. And I was like, cool. So I was like, you know what? This is my time. It's risk-free. So basically one day after we ate lunch, I told her like, hey, I hope this isn't weird, but I like have had the whole time we've been friends, I've actually had like a crush on you, and it would be awesome if like you did too. And she was like, yeah, no problem. And I remember we were in her parents' like Plymouth Voyager, and she was like, oh, okay, yeah, let me think about it. And then I got out of the passenger seat, and it was like the van left like tire marks in the parking lot. So I was like, okay, that's like the worst she could have said is no. And then that's even worse than that. And then she ghosted me. Like, we didn't talk again for like 10 months or something like that. It's a nightmare, right? So I was like, it's over. And then she was like, she messaged me out of the blue like the next September and was like, hey, I'm coming to the school that you go to. You want to hang out? And I was like, I guess, but like, what the heck happened? Like, you haven't talked to me in like 6 months. And
were there any emojis in the message or no?
It's pre-emoji. It's in the like emoticon era. Anyway, I mean, that's how it started.
Wait, so then when she said, when you want to hang out, how did you know that was non-friend hangout?
Well, because I had finally like gone nuts on the table mode and been like, you know, here's my inner monologue.
Okay, so then, because I never heard this story. So then what happened?
Well, then we started dating.
I know, but then why did it end?
This is kind of a personal question. And now that it's actually funny, we were kind of like drifting apart. But, I mean, we're both like inexperienced. We were like 19 years old, right? So I just remember like the vibes had been off for maybe like, I don't know, 6 weeks or a couple months. And then one day I was out with the lads and I got a text from her that was like out of the blue. Was like, hey, can I come over tomorrow? I got something to talk to you about. And I was like, guys, I think I'm about to be broken up with. And they were like, oh, that sucks. And I was like, yeah, I guess. And then, so she said, I'll be over like after my class at like noon or something like that. Catch me at my house waiting from like noon until 4. And then I'm like, where are you? And she sends me a text that's like, do we really need to talk about this? And I was like, oh, I guess not. See you later. She was like an IT tech ex-girlfriend. She gave me a breakup window and then she missed it, bro.
The non-breakup breakup.
I know. It's, I mean, I can't really, like, I don't know. I think it's moving the goalposts to be mad about it. Like, you know, we were cooked anyway. Like, I'm like, oh, you could have delivered it in like a more direct manner. Yeah, we were both super young. I don't really blame her, but it is a funny story in hindsight for sure.
Was she at your high school reunion?
I didn't go to my high school reunion.
Have you seen, messaged, or heard from her since the no breakup window?
So like we broke up in my junior year of college, and she kept going to the same college, which is, makes sense. I never really saw her again, except one time, maybe like 3 months after the breakup. I was leaving an exam that I wrote, and while I was leaving the building, she was walking in, and it was like a lich grabbed my heart with like an ice cold hand. Like out of nowhere, it was just like, and my body went into like fight or flight, but like she didn't notice me, and I just kept walking.
But like,
I don't really want to have that conversation.
But since then, like she definitely knows who you are now.
She might. I don't know. I'm not that famous for normal people, and most of the people I went to school with were normal because they were born in 1988 instead of like 1997.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what makes it more likely is that you come from a normal time. Be like, oh, yo, you know that dude that you ghosted? He's a huge streamer now. She knows. You think, okay, she could be in your chat right now.
It's ancient history. I wish her the best.
But she could be.
Yeah. Kim Jong-un could be in my chat right now.
That's true.
How do I know that? I don't have the /no Kim Jong-un filter on. I imagine she's not in my chat. Again, I was born in the late 1980s, Daniel. I imagine she's doing some work right now.
That's kind of BM. I'm being honest. I'm kind of like is upsetting because at least if you break up with someone, like, especially after the Voyager peeling away,
yeah,
like that's like double BM because now you have like 2 BM stories from one person.
Yeah, but there was like a 2-year period in the middle where it was like GM.
That's true. That's true.
And you're young, like people make mistakes. You're like, I don't want to have this uncomfortable conversation. I'd rather just go get a slice of pizza or something like that. There's no grudge to be held. I was thinking about this. I talked about this on stream. It's got to be like a month ago. When we think of ourselves, we take the most charitable light. Like if you thought of your actions in high school, if you did something that, you find regrettable now, you're like, oh, I was a kid. I was younger. It was my brain wasn't fully developed. But if someone did something messed up to you in high school, you're like, I hope their life sucks forever. Even though it's been the same amount of time for both of you.
Yeah, well, I got a BM story then.
Okay.
But it comes with a twist. So long story short, I was in college, and I was in class with this girl, and believe it or not, like, I always did fairly well in that department, but I was also like a little shy,
Right.
So had this girl in class. I'm like, hey, like, I know it's the summer. You kind of like, I went to Michigan State. She went to Michigan State. I'm like, we just got to know each other as friends throughout the like business class, whatever. We had group projects. And so it's the end of the semester, and I'm like, okay, like it's kind of like low risk, meaning the class is almost over. So if she doesn't want to go out, I don't have to see her again.
Yeah.
Well, I asked her out. She'd be like, yeah, that'll be fun. Like, we'll be home in a couple weeks. Call me. We'll go out to eat or whatever. She's like, yeah, I'd love to go out. So I'm living at home. I call her. We set a date. She lives probably like 45 minutes away. I'm like, okay, hey, look, I'll come drive out to you. We'll go to this restaurant. I go pick, because I really like this girl. I go get flowers, get in my car,
start up old school.
Yeah, I mean, bro, like I said, I didn't have a lot of trouble in that department. Anyways, so I'm like, it's 45 minutes away. I'm 35 minutes there, and she calls me, and she goes, hey, like, I don't think we should go out. And I'll never forget. I'm sitting there, like, in the car, looking at the flowers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, I've been waiting to go out with this girl for 6 months. So I drive home and I give my mom the flowers, and she's like, what happened? And I just kind of like, shrugged it off. So fast forward 2008.
Oh no. Post Big Brother season 10.
I win a little reality TV show.
Oh.
Within a week of getting off the show, I look at my Facebook messages. And well, if the shoe isn't on the other foot. Hey, Dan, smiley face.
Uh-oh.
Hope all is well. Would love to catch up sometime.
It's crazy she didn't see the vision back then.
You know? Bro, I was 45 minutes with flowers in the car. It could have been you. But you know what? You know?
I'm not gonna lie to you, just like, I'm over it. It was a long, long time ago. But in telling the story again, I felt like 1/50th of the pain that I felt in that moment.
I mean,
Like, there's still like it's like when you like tear your ACL or something like that, and then even when you're 80 years old, it aches when it rains. Like, it's a part of you now.
oh, bro, she 50 Cent memed you. You know the picture of the gif of 50 Cent pulling up and away? That's what she did to you.
I know.
Like, I got angry when I heard that.
Yeah. Sorry, it's a long time ago. But then because I'm not a perfect person, can I tell you something as well that's gonna make you laugh? One time I got him. This is when we were still dating. I got invited to like her family Christmas, and I went. But you're 19. I didn't really want to be with a bunch of old people on Christmas. I wanted to be hanging out with my friends who were back in town from university. So like, I got there early, ate dinner, stayed for a little bit, and then I was like, okay, I better be going. And I remember when I left, I texted my friends, like as soon as I got out of the door, I was like, I'm glad that boring is finally over. And I drove to his house, then I opened my phone and saw that I had one text message, and I had texted her instead of my friend. And then she said, what are you talking about? And I said, oh, it's just a little joke. Have a good night.
All right, well, so she's not completely innocent in the whole scenario.
No, I'm not innocent in it.
Bro, you hated her family, and you told her that
I didn't hate her family. I just, at the time, I didn't respect putting your family first. I was like, I want to hang out with my boys.
I'm very optimistic, Brian, but I do think we probably are ahead of the game here a little bit.
We should probably go to the place that lets us upgrade our weapon at least.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you just died to wind.
I did die to wind.
Which it wouldn't be me. Even in real life, I don't think.
Well, I mean, there was a lot of wind coming off the Voyager. I can promise you that.
Is that you humming, Austin? Come on! Not you? Fair. Does she walk? Does she talk? Does she come complete? My homeroom angel always pulled me from my seat. She was pure like snowflakes, no one could ever stain. The memory of my angel could never cause me pain. Years go by, I'm looking through a girl in a magazine, and there's my homeroom angel on the pages in between. My blood runs cold, my memory has just been sold. My angel is the centerfold, angel is the centerfold. My blood runs cold, my memory has just been sold. Angel is the centerfold. Slipped me notes under the desk when I was thinking about her dress. I was shy, I turned away before she caught my eye. I was shaking in my shoes whenever she flashed those baby blues. Something had a hold on me when Angel passed close by. Those soft fuzzy sweaters, too magical to touch. To see her in that negligee is really just too much. My blood runs cold and my memory has just been sold. My angel is the centerfold, angel is the centerfold. My blood runs cold, my memory has just been sold. Oh yeah, angel is the centerfold. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Okay. It's okay, I understand. This ain't no never land. I hope that when this issue's gone, I'll see you when your clothes are on. Take your car, yes we will. We'll take your car and drive it. Take it to a motel room and take them off in private. A part of me has just been ripped. Pages from my mind are stripped. Oh no, I can't deny it. Oh yeah, I just gotta buy it. My memory has just been sold. My angel is the centerfold. Angel is the centerfold. My blood runs cold. My memory has just been sold. My angel is the centerfold. Na 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 na. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Na 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 na. That's unity, baby. I didn't even have to doubt it. I knew he was coming in. Na 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 na.
Runs cold. My memory has just been sold. My angel is the centerfold. Angel is the centerfold.
My blood runs cold. My memory has just been sold. Angel is the centerfold. Angel is the centerfold. I think that was a pretty solid performance. Austin's A game is very good. I brought my A game. That's as good as it gets for me. So if you were expecting platinum, that's what you just got. So, I mean, obviously, hit the publish button on that one.